Marshall Buzzard Broussard, and I play Professor Broussard, who owns and operates a frontier traveling sideshow full of thespians, tragedians, comedians, and purveyors of merry and mirth, and stuff like that there. And nothing more than a snake oil salesman. And unfortunately, this whole idea was mine to begin with. And I got roped into it. But either way, I'm still proud. I do believe I picked the right people to play these parts. Because it worked.
And first you had an earthquake, which shook apart your house, your barns, and most of your corrals.
We can rebuild.
On what? The earthquake ruptured the underground springs under your ranch, which flooded everything the quake didn't destroy.
And luckily, a melodrama is a history of not being dead serious. Overacting, corny, whatever.
Help!
Not that this was overacting and corny, but it did do what it was supposed to do. The people laughed, and that's the main thing. All I did was just help tell people where to stand and how to talk. But the actors and the people that did this, they're the ones that made this play, they're the ones that made it happen, they're the ones that made everybody laugh. And they're the heroes of this, because that's the way it works.
The lake that was once our land is full of fish. We will not go hungry.
Well, at least think it over.
I have, and the answer is still no. I'm sure you can find your own way out.
Aren't you worried about leaving me alone in your home?
Why should I? We have nothing left to steal. In my story, my character has a ranch that a bad person is trying to take over. His name is Mr. Filcher. And the character has Aunt Aggie, who is standing by to help her, and my character ends up getting tied to a chair and almost blown up with dynamite. But my true love, Hoot Galoot, comes and saves Amy Lovely at the end. Aunt Aggie, I need to talk to you about Hoot.
I already said I was sorry.
It's not that, Aunt Aggie. I think I might be in love with Hoot. I think I've loved him since the moment we met.
Howdy, Miss Lovely.
No, Hoot. It'd be all right if you called me Amy.
No, ma'am, I couldn't call my boss by her first name. Besides, I think the name Miss Lovely suits you real good. I'm Kentucky Tex, and I play Hoot Galoot. My character is a farmhand on this ranch that's been flooded by an earthquake. The snake of a businessman is trying to steal the ranch to build a fancy resort. And he's trying to pressure Amy and Aunt Aggie into selling him the ranch.
Mr. Filcher?
Yes?
I cannot sell the ranch.
What?
Aunt Aggie is a strong woman who will do whatever it takes to get over this rough spot in the road.
And he tries various disguises to try to entice them to get off the land. And I carry this big stick to entice him to leave them alone.
If I don't own this ranch by the time I leave this house, you'll never leave this house again.
Dear me, I seem to have fallen into the clutches of a villain. Regulators!
And also, I'm in love with Amy, but I'm too much of a chicken to ask her to marry me.
No fish for Aunt Aggie's supper tonight. Where's my can opener?
Hi, I'm Ella Watson, and I played Aunt Aggie, and my character owned the lovely ranch, and I was constantly looking for a can of beans because I was so tired of eating fish. And could I find a can opener? No. No can opener around. And during the struggle of trying to get my niece married off to Hoot, who was a big chicken and couldn't ask her to marry him.
You got something you want to explain to poor old dear Aunt Aggie?
Well, I was wondering if Amy... I was going to ask Amy if she...
Yes,
I was going to ask Amy if she wanted me to oil the hinges on that barn door. But somehow through the play, it sort of gets asked, and she accepts.
This calls for dirty work. Luckily for me, I'm good at dirty work. Yeah.
Hello, Agatha, knock knock.
Could I help you? You? What are you doing here, Morgana?
Checking on my investments. My friends in New York and I were wondering why you weren't building the resort you promised us.
I'm working on it.
Hi, my name is Rusty Rose, and I play the character of Morgana Snit. She's the villainous real estate mogul from New York City, and she was going to help Fillmore get all the land, get the lovely ranch, and make this wonderful resort out of their misfortune. So as it goes, I'm pretty much just following Fillmore Filter around, trying to figure out how I can undermine him. And in the meantime, I'm zinging those horrible zinger comments to everybody like a mosquito, just buzzing around and causing all sorts of torment. Then do it for your Aunt Agatha.
She wouldn't want me to sell either.
But you would do it to save her life, wouldn't you?
What are you saying?
At this very moment, your aunt, is sitting next to a stick of dynamite, very much like this one, only the other one has a lighted fuse.
No!
I'm Ed Westerly, and I play Fillmore Filter. I'm Ed Westerly, and I played Pistol Pecos Pete. I'm Ed Westerly, and I played Fulton Furlong III. And Fillmore Filter is a lovely businessman who is sadly misunderstood. People think that he's a villain. He, of course, is not. He's kind-hearted. He loves his mother. And I just tried to get it ranched because I got to make a profit. And now to do it, now to finish what I started.
Stop that!
No, you stop. You know, I've got to build a whole group of lovely villas for all of my rich folks back in New York.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing an aspirin wouldn't fix. I was just trying my best, and they beat me with a frying pan. But I'm okay now.
What happened to Mr. Future?
His head met the business end of my frying pan.
I am Madame Broussard. I am Marshall Broussard's wife, and he roped me into this, and so I am the one I was the script chaser. Okay, and so I didn't get to watch him play too much because I had to watch the lines. And had a good time, and I think everybody did an excellent job.
You kids do whatever you want with him.
Aunt Aggie?
What are you doing?
There's more than one way to open a can of beans.
There's an actor saying, there's two of them. There's never large roles, only small actors. And there's an old saying, act well your part, for there the honor lies. And it's just that simple. And they did an excellent, excellent job. Of course, it helps that we were playing amongst our friends, too. And that naturally had a lot to do with it. But it worked. It was a lot of work. It'd been nice if we could have had a little more time. But everybody did a fine job. Way better than I thought it was going to turn out. People who have never acted before, now they probably have the buck. Because once you do it, you're going to want to do it again. And we'll see what happens. So it turned out to be a success to my crew.